right there in 95. North and just west of Boston, that continues to be fairly quiet today. Over here in Webster, 395 northbound, we do have a crash between 193 and Route 16 with a little bit of moderate volume behind that. So here's how the drive times stack up. Route 1 back to green, 13 minutes, 93, 21 minutes, 128, 23 minutes. I'll be back in about 10.
This morning in Franklin, one person rushed to the hospital after being pulled from a burning building. The fire broke out at 10:15 at an elderly housing complex on Winter Street. Firefighters say that they had to get one person out when they arrived, and they were taken to the hospital. Two other residents were able to get out safely. Now, the building does not have sprinklers, and the cause is under investigation. And at least 16 people are waking up out of their homes this morning following an intense fire in Lawrence. Check out these flames that broke out at an apartment complex just before 8 o'clock last night. This was on Shawsheen Court. Just raging flames there. Firefighters from several nearby communities showed up to help knock down this fire. The smoke and flames could be seen miles away. The mayor of Lawrence has set up a fund to help those displaced because of the fire. New York prosecutors are reopening the case into the death of Easton native DJ Henry. Henry was shot and killed outside of a bar near Pace University back in 2010, where he was a student and a football star. Investigators say that a fight had broken out inside of the bar, and Henry was driving away when a police officer jumped on the hood of his car and then fired multiple shots into the windshield. That officer later admitted that he could have stepped out of the way. The newly elected DA in Westchester County, New York, says that he is giving the case another look.
The driver of this RV that you'll see here right now is now facing OUI charges after crashing into a Westwood motel. It happened at the Budget Inn on Route 1 just yesterday. In fact, it was just feet from our Dedham studios. And the RV hit that building hard. According to the Globe, Richard Robinson of Whitman was operating under the influence of alcohol and drugs when he slammed into the building around 3:30. Rescue crews had to use the jaws of life to remove him from that vehicle. He was rushed to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Now, one man told us this area has had problems in the past.
Kind of devastated. Like I said, this spot is very notorious. You know, there's been multiple accidents in this location, unfortunately.
The Budget Motel will require repairs, but a building inspector determined there was no structural damage.
Thousands turned out to remember a fallen Worcester police officer who died while trying to save a drowning teen. Officer Manny Familia was brought from Union Station to St. John's Church on a horse-drawn carriage for yesterday's service. Family, friends, and strangers all lined the streets to pay their respects. Those who knew Familia call him a hero. They say that he was a man who would do anything to help others and who loved his family above everything else.
Putting on a uniform, leaving your house to go do a job that does not guarantee that you will be back home to your family makes you special.
Familia leaves behind his wife of 22 years and 2 children. He was 38 years old. And we had several crews on the ground during Officer Familia's funeral processions, and they capture some really powerful images from the day's service. You can see those photos up now on our website, boston25news.com, and the Boston 25 News app.
Governor Charlie Baker has announced the first round of funding for a rapid re-employment program right here in Massachusetts. This is a $4.6 million grant program to help those whose careers were affected by the pandemic. The grant money will go to schools with experience in skill-building programs. They'll offer training opportunities in the healthcare and tech sectors. That training will be a direct line leading to new jobs.
This is the first round of that $4.6 million rapid reemployment grant program, and we're looking forward to its potential to help thousands of people get access in high-demand spaces around the Commonwealth as we go forward.
Each school involved will receive about $300,000. Some of the institutions receiving money first will be Roxbury Community College, the Tech Foundry, and Upper Cape Cod Regional Technical School.
House lawmakers have approved a plan that could change the way political districts are redrawn here in Massachusetts. The House barely passed the measure yesterday, and it now moves to the state Senate. The proposal calls for lawmakers to draw political districts before town and cities set their local precincts. In previous years, precincts were set before congressional districts were built. And according to the Globe, the